We're being bombed. God forbid it hits my house. What is happening? It's quiet here. Mom, I'm filming quietly. There are two of them. Come on. Where's the third one? Guys, we're being bombed.
Hello, friends. Well, Russia is already whipping up a new wave of hysteria. Allegedly, Ukraine has, for the first time in the entire war, struck Voronezh Oblast with ballistic missiles.
Ребят, нас бомбят. Нас бомбят.
We're being bombed. God forbid it flies into my house. What are you talking about? I'm on the 15th floor. Right away. There it is. A bomb.
The very one that borders our Luhansk region. In the middle of the day, something really did go boom in Voronezh. Sirens went off, and videos appeared online showing columns of smoke accompanied by the characteristic screams and swearing of Russian citizens.
It's quiet, Mom. I'm filming quietly. There are two of them. Come on. Where's the third one? Right there. Over there in the clouds. The third one. Damn. It's still there. There were five. Yes. Yes.
There, you see it in the clouds? That's all.
Meanwhile, in Melitopol, we have yet another spectacular feat of the Russian occupation authorities. The story is so absurd it feels like a script for a dark comedy, but unfortunately, it's reality.
We came to the house where we bought our apartment back in 2021. We fully paid for it. The last payment was on December 18, 2021, and bought it outright. The apartment. 3 apartments were combined into one, plus part of the vestibule and 2 parking spaces.
Imagine, a newly built apartment block completed at the end of 2021. A Ukrainian developer, people processed their documents, moved in, renovated, began living their lives. And then, the so-called government shows up and says, "Oh, nice apartments, we're taking them."
So, friends, what's happening? For 3 years, 3 whole years, we haven't been able to take what is rightfully ours. Our building at 70 Baliev Street. This beautiful house has 2 apartments that belong to us. And for 3 years we've been fighting with the local authorities and cannot reclaim them through court. Right now we are suing over 1 apartment, because the second one is in the part of the building that is still under construction. In Ukraine, we bought both apartments, paid the full price. But under this government, they do not want to give them to us. Here, in Melitopol, at 70 Baliev Street, they simply do not want to hand over our apartments. One of our apartments is already finished. You can move in, repair it, live in it. But they won't give it to us. We've had several court hearings. We won 1 trial, but the local authorities are appealing. They refuse to accept that we just want to take back our own home. It's a terrible story. They're taking away our apartments. Today people are gathering here. There will be a protest because one of the apartments was denied to its owner in court. Here is our address, 70 Baliev. These are our apartments. People are gathering. There will be a protest. They simply refuse to give people the apartments they already paid for. People are gathering. There will be a strike. We cannot reclaim what belongs to us. In one of the unfinished apartments, they changed the project plans. Why? To make it harder for us to take it back, because our documents correspond to one project, and they are building something completely different now.
People went to court. They showed documents. They proved every letter of their property rights. Some even appealed directly to Putin, but everyone knows how useful that is.
We are bona fide owners from Melitopol, Zaporizhia region. There are more than 30 of us, and all of us purchased our homes legally under shared construction agreements or sale contracts. Our building at 70 Ballistic Street was almost ready for commissioning even before the start of the so-called special military operation, which is confirmed by Ukrainian documents and photographs from that time. After the region came under Russian control, we continued to formalize our ownership rights. Some of us received technical passports, paid the state fee, and signed contracts with Russian gas and energy services. In 2023, we filed an application with the Ministry of Property and Land Relations asking that our apartments not be declared ownerless. A response with a refusal came to our application only a year later. And while we were waiting for a response from the MISO, the house was already fully registered in the name of the government of the Zaporizhzhia region, as evidenced by an extract from Rozrista. Residents were told to vacate their homes and their utility contracts were terminated.
The appointed occupation authorities refused to recognize property owners even through the courts because the transactions were completed before the occupation.
During the so-called completion of the house, the roof was removed entirely, flooding the upper floors, including renovated apartments. These damages were recorded. A year ago, we already released a video message to the President of the Russian Federation, and it was posted on Vladimir Rogov's Telegram channel. After that, the regional authorities contacted us and arranged a meeting with Irina Gekt. Local TV was present. Irina Gekt advised us to go to court. So we did. We filed lawsuits in January 2025. In court, things developed differently for different owners. Some owners were recently recognized as owners, but their court rulings are being appealed. Others were denied, despite having identical circumstances.
The authorities appointed by Russia refused to recognize property owners, even through the courts, because the transactions were completed before the occupation.
The situation is the same in another city in our region. This suggests that the problem is systemic, which is why we are forced to appeal at the federal level. We are not asking for anything extraordinary, only for the protection of our legal rights as honest citizens. We request a federal investigation into the legality of registering our building as regional property.
The result? 0. But on TV, they'll later show a pretty picture. The authorities built a new, comfortable building and provided people with housing. And who will play the roles of happy new residents? Officials from the local administration.
Why were our applications to the ministry left unanswered for a year? Why were utility contracts terminated and residents evicted? Why is there no consistent court practice to ensure citizens can reclaim their property through the courts when administrative registration is impossible?
Если отсутствует административная возможность оформить людям оплаченные квартиры в собственность, защитить права тех, кто честно приобрел свое жилье и выполнил все обязанности собственника.
We are open and ready to provide all documents and evidence, and we sincerely hope for justice. Thank you for your attention. We hope our voices will be heard at the federal level.
The story takes an even more disgusting turn. In Russia, they are officially legalizing the seizure of apartments from people in the occupied territories. A government commission has already approved a mechanism under which any property declared ownerless automatically becomes state property. A classic scheme: first destroy it, then declare it ownerless, then divide it among your own people. According to Voronezh, by August 2025, they have already identified 550,000 such ownerless properties. 500,000 apartments and houses that are simply being transferred into the ownership of the occupation administration, without court, without investigation, without the right to get your home back.